Alright folks, merry holiday, merry Christmas period. Today we have the new Megacolony event. I think this is the second one or third one, I'm not too sure which one it is specifically, but we have Gredora herself here with us, which is very exciting. It's a skin that I know a lot of people have been waiting for, and of course Gredora has been added together with a bunch of other stuff for clan that is Megacolony, together with Overwhelm as a GR who's completely unchanged. But we're gonna go through all the cards as always, read through everything they've added, and then after that play a quick game to show off hopefully the skin in action against the AI, because I haven't bought it myself yet. So starting off, the GR is Overwhelm, the same as in the actual GR in the TCG, so it's not too different this time. So once per turn, CB1, you can flip anything in your G-Zone face up, which is good, they kept that. And then for each of your opponent's rested rear guards, you draw one. And then if your opponent has one or less rested rear guards, for that turn she gets the following skill, which is Vanguard Circle. When she attacks, you draw one, and for that battle she gets a crit and a drive. So it's basically the exact same as the TCG on that front, and her GB3 is a Dark Device, which of course, you know, is like your opponent has to have nothing rested and stuff. Which then says, for each face down card in your opponent's G-Zone, all of your units get plus 2k, so it's just a big field buff. So if they have 5 face down, everything gets plus 10k, which is pretty huge. So she's already a good card, like draws you a bunch, slight fear of deck out, but at the same time gives you that alternative if your opponent doesn't have that much rested, which is nice. So I think she's gonna be like a 2 of, honestly. Like, you don't want to go into this too much. The old strides are still pretty decent, which you can still pick up here. Don't be like me, who forgot to like literally exchange for anything the last time around. Like, I actually forgot to exchange for everything last time around, but that luckily means that, you know, I think I thought I exchanged for some stuff, but I think I forgot completely. That's very, very, very disappointing. But gonna try to finish the deck this time around. Anyway, that's the GR. The grade 3, of course, is Dark Face Gredora. So GB1 Vanguard Circle, at the beginning of your right phase, you can Soul Blast 1 to force your opponent to counterblast 1, and you countercharge 1. So it's the exact same as the TCG. And once per turn, Vanguard Circle, when she's placed or when you stride over her, counterblast 1, and then choose one of your opponent's rearguard circles, and during your opponent's next turn, your opponent cannot call rear guards to that rearguard circle by normal calling. So they can superior call to that column, sorry. So it's that entire column of the rearguard circle you selected. So she freezes a column, so you can still superior call to it, but you cannot normal call to it. And she does the circles with units. Hold on, let me reread this. 相手のエリアを一つ選び、次の相手のターン中、相手はそのエリアと同じ縦列のユニットのいるエリアガードに乗り越えていけない。Okay, so it's, you choose the opponent's rearguard circle, and then during your opponent's next turn, your opponent cannot 相手はそのリアガードサークルと同じ縦列のユニットのいるリアガードサークルに so they cannot. Yeah, this is actually a huge nerf, Jesus Christ. Your opponent cannot call 2 rearguard circles of that column of the rearguard circle you chose by normal calling of units that are already there. Like, this is how different Japanese grammar is. Like, I'm trying to like restructure the sentence. Yeah, like, you cannot overcall in the chosen column, essentially. So if stuff is paralyzed in that column, you cannot normal call to overcall them. So she got nerfed pretty hard. She doesn't paralyze that entire column. I guess it'd be a bit too broken. But still decent, honestly. Forcing CB is huge no matter what. That's her kind of trademark. That's what I remember her for, not for the paralyzing or like, you know, disabling a column. But honestly, pretty good. She was definitely a very like game-changing card when she was revealed in the TCG. Of like, whoa, forcing CB, that's crazy. So I think still going to be a good card to build the deck around. We've got machinings in here too. GB2 Vanguard Circle. At the end of your turn, if you okay, you can choose 2 machinings between your rear guards and your hand, and put total of 2 of them into your soul. And if you put 1 or more, you draw 1, and if you put 2, you countercharge 1. That's pretty good. And then when you're machining strides, you counterblast 1 to choose a grade 1 or greater machining, 2 grade 1 or greater machinings from your soul and call them as rest. That's pretty good, and he gets plus 3k, so this is just a straight up new boss unit for machinings, which are honestly not too bad from what I remember, which is nice. We have Machining Princess, who's a grade 2. You can rest her in Rearguard Circle. For that turn, one of your machinings get plus 3k. And then GB2 once per turn costs 1. You can stand her and get the following ability. Once per turn, when she at the end of the battle, she attacked the Vanguard. If all of your opponent's units are rested, you can choose one of your other machining rearguards and stand it. So she's another multi-attack enabler, which is pretty good, because she also gets extra power to your units and makes multi-attacks, so another good triple. Then we have the PG, which is the Black Weevil. It's a perfect guard, and when your Vanguard will be hit, if your Vanguard is a dark face, so it's for Gredora, it works as a perfect guard, so don't put this into your machinings. And then the drop zone, you can bind 2 copies of this guy to draw 1, and either countercharge 1 or soul charge 1. So it's honestly the same, I think. You basically lose the PGs from drop, but you get to draw a card and countercharge, which is nice. Or soul charge if you need it. And then another PG is a machining one. So this one only works with machining vanguards as a PG, but in the hand it says, if you use this as a perfect guard, then at the start of your next turn, you may soul charge 1. So it gives you soul because you call stuff out of your soul all the time. So that's also pretty good, honestly. They're both triples, which is a little bit expensive, but, you know, we have 5 different triples in this set, which is not too bad. And quite a bit of double rares as well. So let's take a look. We have a Stride Machining Despot. He looks so sick, like actual just mecha. Once per turn, you have Heart as a Machining cost 1 and flip a G-Zone Machining face up, so give me any machining. And then you choose your units up to the amount of face-up machinings in your G-Zone and stand them. For every unit you stood, you choose 2 of your opponent's resting rear guards and paralyze them. Yeah, there's only rear guards. Could he paralyze Vanguard back in TCG? Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I think also for the totals so far, I usually like to say totals. Gredora is a 4 of. Beat Atlas is a 4 of, Princess is a 4 of. The PGs are 4 ofs depending on which deck you want to build. Despot, I guess like 2 of? I feel like 2 of is fine. You don't really need like maximum copies of this. Then we have the Anguish Sword. Dark Device once per turn costs 1, and then you choose your units equal to the amount of your opponent's rester units, and for that turn, all of those units get plus 4k. If you gave plus 4k to 3 or more units, you draw 1 and countercharge 1. Do you need this? Maybe 1, 2, 1 or 2 of. It's decent, generic, and pretty nice. Then Darkface Alcides is a double rare, actually, because it's pretty surprising because it's also a rearguard circle skill. This one says, when placed on van or rear, can almost 1 soul boss 1, and choose one of your opponent's rearguard circles, and then you choose all of the rearguards in that column that you chose. All those rearguards become paralyzed. And then Vanguard Rearguard Circle GB2 Dark Device, when he attacks the Vanguard, gets plus 5k power. So it's a beater and it's a paralyze, which works in combination with Gredora to paralyze that column and then not let your opponent overcall those units. So they stay paralyzed and you get something out of it. Good card if you're building Gredora. This is a 4 if you play the old Dark Face, it's also 4 of. Then we have the Vulgar Ballister. Front row rearguard circle, he's a grade 2 with 7k power. During your opponent's stand phase, your opponent's rearguards in the same column as this unit cannot stand. And then rearguard circle, when you would stride into a Dark Device G unit, the stride cost can be paid by retiring him from rear. Which is pretty nice. You can also work from back row if you need to, but that first skill is only in front row. But it's a grade 2, so pretty good, I'd say 4 of. It's a good little card. Alright, moving forward, we have Machining. Leafy is here. So Leafy is here, says, in hand, when you would stride, and your Vanguard is a machining, he gets grade plus 2. And then the drop zone, when you pay the cost for a machining stride, with discarding him, you can soul blast 1 to choose an opponent's rearguard and paralyze it. 4. Very, very, very good stride fodder. Definitely want this as a 4 of. So that's all the double rares. So we have only 5 types of double rares. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Then for the rares, we have the Silk Sleeper. Vanguard Rearguard Circle GB 1 during your opponent's stand phase. Your opponent's units your opponent's back row units in the same column as this unit cannot stand, so it's only the back row. She's a grade 3 as well. And then GB1 Vanguard Rearguard Circle during your opponent's ride phase. Ooh, your opponent... During your opponent's ride phase, your opponent chooses a unit in the same column as this unit and stands it. I don't get it. Why would you want that? Why would you want them to do that? I'm gonna say 0 for this. I don't am I missing something? Like, this just sounds bad. Okay, we got a 10k vanilla for Dark Face. So it's a 10k, or not vanilla, 10k with a skill. Grade 2 10k. When placed, if you have do not have a Dark Face in your hand, and your Vanguard is not a Dark Face, loses 5k power. And then Rearguard Circle, if you have a grade 4 Dark Face Vanguard, then, which is nice because even if you stride over Gredora, this will still have the power. And your opponent has 1 or less standing rearguards, this gets plus 6k, which is good. 16k beater was very good back in the TCG2. Then we have the Borg Wasp. This thing says, GB1 Dark Device Rearguard Circle, when placed, for that turn gain 2k, and if your opponent has 2 or more face-down cards in their damage zone, then you rest all of your opponent's units, and he gets plus 5k power. For a rare, this is really good. This is a 4 of 100%. Next, we have Machining Cricket. Look at him. He's just a little guy. He's doing a little, he's doing a little pose. How many hands does he have? God damn. Anyway, if you're Vanguard Machining, you can rest this unit to choose your opponent's rearguard in the same column as this unit, and then paralyze it. And then during your opponent's next stand phase, the unit cannot stand. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's going to be another 4. We have the Batorak Star. So Batrack Star. When it plays from hand on Rearguard Circle, if your opponent has 3 more resting units, you still one to draw a card. That's pretty generic. Not sure if it's that good because it's 6k base, but maybe you pick up. Then we have the Twilight Mother, maybe. Rearguard Circle Dark Device, when it boosts, if your Vanguard is a grade 4 Dark Face, gets plus 3k power, and if you gave it plus 3k power at the end of the battle, you draw 1 and put it to Soul. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 4 of as well. And then we have Megacolony Battler G. He goes to Soul to countercharge 1. Pretty decent if you need it. Need a countercharge. And then we have new starter, looks really cool. Pro Muraba. Start with your right face, count +1 and put it into your Soul to draw 1, and then rest all of your opponent's units. So it's really nice in, in combination with the rest of what the deck wants to do. And then we have the Machining Backworm. So he says, once per turn, if Vanguard's Machining, you can rest it, and then you rest all of your opponent's... Oh, if all of your opponent's units are resting, you Soul charge 1, and if they're not, you choose the opponent's rearguard and rest it. So that's one of the effects that you need to rest him for, and then you can put him to the Soul, another effect, to choose one of your Machining rearguards and stand it. So kind of does the same as the old starter, but better, so you definitely want to be using this one too. So that's the rares, and then we have quite a few commons too, honestly. They crammed everything into this. So this is Dark Device. For each of your other Dark Device units gets plus 1k. Not too bad, it works on both yours and your opponent's turns, so it's going to be pretty chunky intercept. Then we have the Machining Dive Beetle. CB1, to choose all of your Machining Dive Beetle rearguards and give them plus 2k, and stand all of those units. This is good. And during your stand phase, this does not stand, so you have to stand it through that first effect. I guess you do have the CB for it, I hope. This is if your opponent... Oh, this is a grade 1 9k power. If your opponent doesn't have any standing units... Wait, hold up. Oh, if your opponent has any standing units, this unit cannot attack. But it can still boost, which is pretty good for 9k. Like, you can just ride this, right? So, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Megacolony Battler E! GB1 Rearguard Circle. When your Vanguard attacks, if both players have all of their units resting, you can retire this guy for that battle, give your Vanguard plus 10k. Not worth the power, I can tell you that much. Mr. E, not that good. Then we have the Papyrurei. When placed on Rearguard Circle, for that turn, choose a unit in the same column as this unit and give it plus 2k. And then if that unit had Dark Device ability, then for that turn, give another unit plus 2k. Cool art, not so cool effect. Then we have this Machining Crit Trigger. When placed on rear, if your Vanguard is a Machining, count +1, choose another rearguard and stand it, and choose an opponent's rearguard and paralyze it. Not too bad. And we have the Force and E, and finally, oh no, not finally, we have a stand trigger. This is an old one too. GB1 Dark Device, at the end of your turn, you can put this card to soul to countercharge 1, and choose an opponent's grade 1 or lower rearguard and paralyze it. That's good. Countercharger and paralyzer, honestly. She goes to soul, right? So she provides soul too. It's not bad at all. And then finally the machining crit trigger. GB1, put it to soul, and then, put it back to deck, and then choose an opponent's rearguard and paralyze it. So it's like the Link Joker, like the Starvader crit, but for Megacolony. It's pretty nice. And then of course you have Overwhelm, then Dark Phase Alcides sleeves, and then you can get the regular Gredora sleeves from just doing the event. So that's all the cards. Quite a lot, honestly. Let's take a look at how the deck works in action here. Hopefully with Gredora showing it off. Let's see. I'll give you an early Christmas present, some Kagero, to, you know, just clean up the bugs and see how it goes. Because of course, people want to hear Gredora speak while I listen to Christmas music in the back. Let me blast this up. Let's blast this up. I want to hear her speak. Everyone wants to hear her speak. This is a famous... This is Yukarian, right? That voices her? Alright, we're gonna mulligan and see. Her hat is insane, dude. Oh yeah, true. Her hat covers your cards. Crazy. Oh, dude. It is Yukari, right? Her voice actress. So good. Alright. We don't actually have an Overlord in hand. Panic? Panic? I might have to search it right now. Let's do that. Goodbye, Nahalem. Yuli Mist. Add this here. And then we just swing. Whatcha? 3 Conros. Yeah, I don't know where all that came from, but we got the triple Conro formation. Different weapons. No, don't rest all my stuff. How dare you. Alright, hopefully she'll ride Gredora. That's all I'm hoping for. I just want to see the Gredora ride. Okay. We can search out with Conro next turn. Well, she does run the draw thing. Dude, the skin is really nice. It's really, really nice. I like it. Alright, let's search with Conro. Yeah, her voice is too good. The voice is too powerful. Too powerful. Am I watching Jump Fest? No, I'm not. I could theoretically go there in person, but not that interested. Conro might get attacked into, but for the sake of it. No, I whiffed. Alright. Let's see. Please ride Gredora, please. Damn! Not bad! Not bad at all. Not gonna lie, despite the fact that she appeared in the anime like once, can't complain, bro. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. This is a good skin to buy. I'ma tell you right now, I don't think anybody's gonna regret spending a little bit to buy that skin. That's for sure. Anyway, time to burn the bugs. I'm sorry, Gredora. Everyone loves you in these streets, but unfortunately I got a job to do. I got a video to record. Better cut-ins for a free clan? Yeah, usually like the clan event ones get kind of scuffy, but this time it's good. This time it's good. Alright, let's go into Zapaj. And hopefully find an Overlord off the top here. Otherwise, I'm in danger. Here we go. Hey, of course we find one. There's no way we wouldn't. That would be ridiculous. Alright, let's burn the damage. Whoosha. Oh, Welcome Music has ride animation for Gredora? That's kind of nice. Right. Make her whiff. We have one Overlord in here, huh? So let's wait a bit. Don't need to do this. I'm gonna just bash. Check some heals. Or draws. Both work. Into PGs. It's great. I want to see how like the force CB is gonna look like. That's what I'm really interested in. So this will push her to 4, and then I want to see how that forced CB works. That's what I'm interested in. Can she stride? She can. Oh, she's not in GB1 yet, so she can't force it yet. Doesn't go into... Oh, because you could go into Overwhelm. At least you draw 3. But instead you're gonna draw from 1 from this. The voice is so good, dude. Damn, dude, you did an insane job. Or, I mean, literally being herself, speaking with her voice. Insane job. But honestly, god damn, dude. God damn, dude. I cannot express enough how good of a voice she has. This is a must-have, I gotta say. The smug face when she attacks, dude, it's so good. Nouvelle her. You know what? Say less. Say less, bro. Say less. Here we go. All it takes is one person to say something. Whoop-cha! Whoop-cha! It's like the peach time. Let's just burn everything to flame. No, no overlords! Damn it, that's not good. Kinda need that. Alright, cool. Let's make some attacks and push some base damage. Put some overlords back. Get you in there. Give me a draw. Nice, good draw. Very cool draw. Technically, just use another one. Let's use it again. Free strike for days. Yosha! Cool. Can even use this. Because this is gonna get power anyway, and you can't check trigger, so. Pusha! Soul Charge. And then Nouvelle to seal the deal and countercharge too. You love to see it. Draw trigger coming through. Every day is a day to celebrate Nouvelle. Very nice. And thus, we heard the best voice of all character skins in freaking Zero. What an excellent experience. Thank you, Kai, for the Christmas present. This was a present like no other, dude. The Gredora skin, man. Man, oh man, despite how little she appeared in the anime, they did not, they used that budget well. They found that one good animation, they used it, and the voice, they put in that effort, and you love to see it. So with that, that is it for the Megacolony Clan events. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the card pool. Do you think machinings are better? Do you think Gredora is better? Are you building the deck? And of course, how that Gredora skin made you really feel. Let me know. Let it be known to the world. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.